Here we go. Check, check, check. I've mic back on. We're going to finish this up for today. Had a good lunch, got some stuff accomplished. Put some tape on this on my back so that it's not constantly pulling on my ear, and then we will get everything back up and running. There we go. All right, let's connect the TV, and we are good to go. Connect. Boop. Good, good, good. I'll start off with our intermission performance here in a second. Let's see. All right, we're going to start right after this.
2, 3, 4. Do ba 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 da ba ba ba. Do ba 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 da ba ba. Do ba 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 da ba ba ba. Do ba 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 da ba ba. The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor. Such wonderful things surround you. What more is you looking for? Under the sea, under the sea. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Up on the shore they work all day. Out in the sun they slave away. While we devoting full time to floating under the sea. Down here all the fish is happy as off through the waves they roll. The fish on the land ain't happy. They're sad cause they in their bowl. But fish in the bowl is lucky. They in for a worse fate. One day when the boss get hungry, guess who gonna be on the plate? Under the sea, under the sea. Nobody beat us, fry us and eat us in fricassee. We what the land folks love to cook. Under the sea we off the hook. We got no troubles, life in the bubbles. Under the sea, under the sea. Since life is sweet here, we get the beat here naturally. Even the sturgeon and the ray, they get the urge and start to play. We got the spirit, you get to hear it under the sea. The newt play the flute, the carp play the harp, the place play the bass and they sound and sharp. The bass play the brass, the chub play the tub. The fluke is the duke of sword. The ray he can play the lings on the strings. The trout rocking out, the blackfish he sings. The smelt and the sprat they know where it's at, and all that blowfish blow. Under the sea, when the sardine begin to begin, it's music to me. What do they got? A lot of sand. We got a high crustacean band. Each little clam here know how to jam here under the sea. Each little slug here cutting a rug here under the sea. Each little snail here know how to whale here. That's why it's hotter under the water. Yeah, we in luck here under the muck here under the sea.
All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that little intermission, or introduction rather, for this purpose, since we're just getting started with the second half of Ariel. I thought this music and everything perfectly fits what we're trying to accomplish here, so there you go. So welcome to the stream, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. We are continuing on with our Ariel piece Now it's time to bring her to life with some detail and everything. So looking forward to that. Ah, hey, Tony Snipes. How are you, sir? I hope you're doing well. I hope you enjoyed that. It was a little fun mock-up of something. Not a mock-up, an actual performance that happened here in the studio right where I'm painting. And we are planning on attacking, if you will. Ooh, we got another like from Tony Snipes. Thank you. That was probably earlier. It shows up here a little bit later than that. There we go. Yes, we are going to go heavy, if you will, after Disney, hence a lot of this focal point here. My goal is to get onto whether it's cruise ships or at the actual studios there and get some performances in of me doing just that. And we've already got some places really interested in having me do those performances, but that's kind of a goal we had set for last year. Obviously, with COVID and the industry being a little bit different these days, it's a little backed off in the sense that we're just kind of waiting until we can get things picked back up. We're not backing off, but we're waiting to see when things will light up a little bit more as far as the travel and whatnot. So anyway, I'm really excited because I think that's going to be a winner as soon as we can get back into the groove of things, which I think may be around the corner. I'm going to think positively. I refuse to give in to any of the negative talk. I'm not going to be dumb, but I'm going to think as positively as I can, and I hope you do too. Keep moving forward. Keep trying to make wise choices. We can handle what we can handle, and that's it. We can't go past that. So we just keep moving forward, and there's a lot going on out there, but I'm Joe. I'm an artist. Here I am. I'm going to paint. That's how I'm treating this today. All right, so I'm going to try to get in some line work and start creating some of these edges that we've been waiting to see for Ariel. Let's see here. We'll kind of create that. Let's bring this over here. Yeah, about here. Maybe a little low. Now these lines might be broken up again later, but I just can't wait any longer. So I want to start seeing her come to life here. Bring that down a little bit. That's too far. Go. I really like using this Payne's Gray. I talk about it pretty much every time I'm on. But it is really, really a powerful color. I feel like it allows me to put almost blacks down if I need to. And it also allows me to do some pretty bright colors as well, all within the same paint. It's just very versatile, if you will. And I love it for that reason. Emmy Prain, what's up? Murals. You know what? To be honest, they've actually filled most of their wall space. There's a couple of pieces in there, but they've filled most of their wall space with their own art, which is really cool. I've got Bethany's actually asking me to do a Peter Pan piece in our bathroom. we go. Ooh, it takes some focus there. Sorry, got quiet. Turn L into princess. Yes, she is. She's got her little princess, like closet hanging area, whatnot, like dresses and like makeup kits and all that stuff. And um, I just think it's awesome how much she's gravitated towards that. We let her do what she wants to do for the most part. I mean, if she wants to, she'll play football with Beckham 1 second and then want to play doctor or whatever. She's got all her kits and everything that she does. But her favorite stuff is probably getting into her dress closet, if you will, and playing dress up and all that. So there we go. All right, got a new like. This one's from Jane Board again. Thank you so much for liking the stream. Thanks for watching. We're working through our Disney this month, and I'm playing a little catch up. We posted the on Facebook and Instagram. We got the genie posted. I did some final touches to him this morning, and anyway, so I am now working through, obviously doing Ariel, and we've got quite a few more coming up as well. I've got a funny story to tell you guys, and I've all but, I guess, made certain dreams into a reality. And some of that might sound pretty obvious, but this is very different than maybe what you're thinking. Yes, I'm a full-time artist now, and I'm living a bit of a dream for myself, and I'm very thankful. Even through these hard times, we've been chugging along and growing some aspects of the business without, the obvious help of the traveling and all of that as much. We still do a little bit here and there, and taking originals to clients and getting some things like that done, which has been really fun, by the way, to do. But I have a funny story. So in high school, I grew up in Midland, Michigan, and honestly, I might have even been in like elementary at the time, whatever the kids call it now. I think there's like middle school and all that. I don't get it. I don't know what's what. All I know is back when I was basically in high school or just about to be, um, I had this really cool substitute teacher, basically, fill in. And she would, as silly as this sounds, maybe to some, one of our favorite things that she would do is read to us. And when she would read to us, whatever it was, just book series, different things that were popular at the time. Dare I even mention what books they were? No. I think that would be too weird. I'm not going to do it. Anyway, she actually was very, very kind to me, I guess you could say. She was nice to everybody. She was a really cool. Everybody loved her, and she recognized right away my love for art as well. And a lot of people don't, never knew that. I don't think, I didn't like, a lot of people would say my art teacher or something like that would be a huge influence. My parents, my grandmother, all that. I talk about them all the time as being major influences, and they were, and they still are. But just from her reading to me as to us as a class, um, and filling in as much as she did, it became really evident that she was really cool. Now, she had a daughter in our class who, all the guys liked a lot and everything. She was a pretty girl and very nice. And um, they came in later in the school year, um, and just one of those things where they're just a really beautiful family, kind family, and very, exciting people. Anyway, all that to say, this is ramping up to something. uh, she actually was one of the biggest encouragements. So we had these walls that we would paint for, what would you call that? For like Spirit Week, right? And then we'd have these like competitions between all the different classes and everything. And we were supposed to be creative and create on those walls different things that represented a theme. And they were usually, it was a really fun artistic kind of, time, if you will. So, the theme could be like, power or, you know, victory or whatever. And I don't remember what our theme was for this year. And, but I came up with this idea because our class was really, I don't know, our class was kind of struggling with coming up with an idea for the theme. And I just remember trying to describe in typical artist fashion, very inward and very how shall I put it? Introverted personality that I was at the time, believe it or not. Yes, this is true. Um, I didn't know how to get along with everybody perfectly. I mean, I wasn't mean or anything. It just, felt a little bit as a little bit of an outsider, if you will. So once again, she was nice to me and all that, and I love that. She would pull out art out of me, like she just had that gift to encourage me and to like take my what I thought was a weakness and kind of like flip it around. And I remember everyone was struggling with an idea, and then I started talking about how I wanted to create. It had something to do with the train, like a train's coming. I don't know, something like that. It sounds weird, but there's these massive walls in the gym, and we all got a wall, right? So I'm creating or we're all thinking about how we're going to create our wall, and nobody came up with an idea. And I finally said, look, what if we did a train and it like comes out of the wall like 3D at us? And I talked about how we could do it. Thank you. As like the stream, Danny, is it Walker? It looked like that. I'm sorry, it's really small on my screen. I had to really peek in there. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the like. And anyway, so we're like, trying to figure it out. And I'm talking about this, and she's like, Joe, that's an amazing idea. And she kind of just ran with it. And what was the best part about it is that she was so encouraging, and we all took our chances and like started trying to build this thing. Nobody knew what they were doing, and we ended up with this really small train, and it was like the worst thing ever. It was like the worst thing ever. Um, and I guess she like knew in a way. I feel like I felt like I let everybody down, and that was like a big moment for me of I didn't know how to communicate to everyone else how to make it. I only knew how to do it myself, how to put something in perspective and make it look big and like it was coming out in 3D at you. I didn't know yet how to describe that or like get enough people involved to actually help finish it. So we just ended up creating, and everyone started doing their own thing, and such a flop. Um, which there's still more to the story, believe it or not. We're just going on, aren't we? But since I have you here, we got another like. It is, who is that? Is that Sam? Sorry. Oh, it looked like it said Brennan at the end of it. I am sorry that I missed you on the like. Thank you so much for the like. So anyway, that whole debacle happened, but she kept pulling on that idea. Like you really are a really, really good artist and you should use it. And she said, you know what? I see you one day. Here's where it all kind of comes together in a way. I see you one day working for Disney. And bless her heart, that was her way of being very encouraging because she's like, that would be awesome. And I remember at the time thinking, well, I don't want to work for Disney. Like, you know, um, Disney art is amazing. Okay, it is a thing, and everyone's like, well, duh, it is. Yeah, but I'm telling you, there are those who, cartooning, things like that, comic work. I mean, there are a lot of artists out there that would kind of snub their nose at that kind of thing, right? Maybe you're one of them. I don't know, listening now. Um, in a way, I was at the time, is what I'm trying to say. So I took it as almost a negative, just because I thought art was, like oil paintings of perfection that looked real, or at the time I really, really liked pencil drawings and monochromatic pieces. And I considered that to be like the highest form of art because the technique that's involved in that is flawless, or so to speak. It's not actually flawless, but that's what I thought in my head, right? So I'm thinking like, no, don't think of me that way. Like think of me as like Picasso in his early days as a realist, or maybe Dali or something like that. Although I didn't know who those people were probably. Well, I knew who Picasso was, but and I probably knew of Dali's work, but I didn't really, you know what I mean. Anyway, and I had some artists that I thought were really, really awesome at the time. One of them even won something called Art Prize, which was, it may still even be, one of the largest art competition festival type things. And I think it's in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And there was a guy who won it with some pencil drawings. And I believe the grand prize is like $100,000. And I remember kind of following that guy a little bit. We didn't even have Facebook and stuff then. I don't even remember how, but basically some research somewhere. I don't know if it's the internet or newspapers, whatever it was. I mean, AOL had just come out. Come on, guys. But anyway, I heard about it, and some people were telling me about how this guy was winning some of these competitions and stuff that way, and that was at the time what was inspiring me. I'm flipping that all around because here I am. I took all that time to basically say, here I am, and I spent all that time learning technique, and not as a waste at all. I don't view it that way at all. But I learned that technique, and it helped me grow and learn how to use tools vis-a-vis pencils, brushes, all those things. And and um, it's coming to be now, if you will, that I am learning how to turn everything on its head and be able to take things like high technical drawings and all that kind of stuff that I would try to learn, and learn to be quick, learn to make quick shapes and color and all of that, and make things pop so much faster than I ever did in the past. And it just blows my mind, that here I am doing that. And I would love to tell that lady, I'm just keeping her unnamed for now. Maybe I've talked about her before. I can't remember. How far along things have come and what I've learned. And I would love to look her in the eyes again and be like, hey, thank you for being encouraging and even for saying the things you said, even though I may have seemed to discourage you from the comments you made. You know what I mean? I don't know. That was really deep and really long, drawn out there, but since we have the time and I've got you captive for a little bit here, I thought I would kind of give you a funny story. Like here I am. I'm painting Disney with hopes of implementing some of our concepts, like some of you saw at the beginning of this with the singing and painting, and putting that into practice for Disney would be part of my dream come true. And if that happens, then I want to find the lady and somehow reward her. I don't know if I would be like, if I had the power to do it. Um, and by the way, this whole talking thing is about green lighting. And I was just talking to my wife about that earlier because she has a business she's running herself, and we have the tendency to get negative and think like, oh, I could never do that, that's not my thing, or I'm not good at that. And just like what I've been talking about with the whole Disney thing early on, building all that up, um, that's kind of what I'm talking about is that it's like you get in these modes of I can't do it or I would never do that. Why would I do that? No, no, no. Like wait for it. Anyway, like I was saying, if it was possible for me, I would take the lady to like a performance there or something and as a thank you. I have a plan when it happens, not if, when, because it will happen. Anyway, thanks for being kind and saying I was a good storyteller. I sometimes have glimmers of good storytelling, I think, and that's about it. But I will get better. I will get better. Tony, the studio is not at the Taylor's Mill anymore. That's where I got my start. I actually have a location on my property here now that we've built and outfitted out a studio and an atelier, which is a fancy word for our printing station, if you will, where I do all my G clays and prints and everything that I sell. By the way, you can check out joeeverson.com and find a lot of my work there, of course, for sale and for viewing. And there's multiple options for a lot of my art over there. I sell prints anywhere, so you can spend anywhere from $50 to $20,000, depending on where you fall as far as what you'd like to collect. Personally, I'd love it if you guys would go over there and purchase a few $1,000 paintings. That would be great. That would be absolutely great. Um, there we go. We're gonna keep cutting in the eyes and making them nice and crisp. They're coming together. But once again, I want that loose. I'm gonna kind of bring that one up a little bit. There we go. I want that loose feel, loose painting feel. Let's get that hot pink color involved in the lips here. There we go. Make them jump right out. Yeah. Oh, did we get another like? I just missed it. Thank you. Thanks for the like. It's either a like or a follow. Well, it would show up if it were a follow on the thing. There we go. This, I don't know if it's translating into the camera and through everything, but this is just jumping off the page with color. Like it is absolutely destroying my eyeballs, and it's awesome. Just going nuts. Let's get a really deep red for some shadows because I'm noticing, all these gaps in here and areas where I tried to be kind of dark and her skin. So, oh man, that's a really good question, Tony. I can think of so many things. I'm trying to narrow it down right now as you're saying that. As you're asking that, like a ton of things flash before my eyes. Very much like my story that I was telling, I would want to tell myself, we all deal with pride, and there's a certain level of, pride in what you do that I think is in a way really good, and that probably comes with the territory with a lot of artists. Even though they might seem like they're shy or inward, I think that's one of the biggest things you have to deal with. Oh, we got another like from, oh, I can barely see it. I see Rose and something at the end. I'm sorry. I got to make this screen bigger, but it's the only way I can see the text over here right now. We found our deep red. We're gonna do some shadows. Yeah. So talking about what I would say to my younger self, especially in high school. Once again, it would be mostly along those lines. It would be two things because I wouldn't want to be negative. There'd be a negative and a positive. The negative side to it would be to try to handle those moments of critique with a little more grace. Um, and it wasn't because I was the type that would just blow up if someone said, "Oh, I don't like it." It's just I would take it inward and probably get a little discouraged and be like, "Ah," because a lot of people when they look at art, they just look at it very subjectively and just very like, "I like it or I don't," you know. So you're looking at something, you're like, "Oh, that's cool," you know, and that's the end of it. You know, especially if you're not really super into art and thinking about, oh, that composition really has a nice balance to it. And I like how, right, you don't start off thinking that way. Even if you're feeling it, you don't know why you like something. You might not be able to describe all those things. So when you're a young artist and you create a piece and here it is, boom, and you show the world, that is a really open moment. You've just, you're like that that naked dream moment where you're in front of the whole school and you feel very exposed. That is how you feel every time you open up a sketchbook in class or somebody finds a piece of art you did or whatever the situation might be, or you enter a competition with whatever piece, or and I had a lot of those moments, and I wish that sometimes I would ignore some of the negativity that would pop out of that, and both take it so that I could think about what I could do better, or uh, take it so I knew what I could do better, or know when to ignore what kind of comments. And that's a part of becoming, mature in general, mature. But even as an artist, I think that's a really big thing. There's some other fun things. Like if I could tell myself to focus in more on color when I was younger, I think I would have done that. Oh, a friend of mine's about to post something in my photography. Um, one of my photography buddies. I did some scanning for him last night because we developed our own film. So I've been posting that to my thumbprint page, some of the stuff that I've been working on, and he is too, which is fun. Oh, it's so much fun. It's so tactile. I love it. Just like literally shooting, choosing your exposure levels and everything from putting the roll of film into everything else, like, is a huge deal for me anyway. All the way down to the development and then the printing or the scanning is so much fun to me. I love it. So I'm not going to go so dark with black. I'm just going to use color for some of it. And here, there we go. Not everywhere, just a few places. Trying to kind of keep things dynamic and powerful, coming forward at yourself. I don't know, Tony, if those were good answers per se, but I think those were some things I would definitely ask myself. By the way, Tony, who is chatting here, um, I think is a phenomenal artist himself. I didn't realize how good he was as an artist. Um, he runs Art Slam Live, it's called, and I've participated in an Art Slam. It is really, really fun. Um, if you're ever looking to compete in something, it's a friendly competition. It might sound intimidating. It feels a little intimidating, no matter where you are. I don't care if you're an accomplished artist because it's a timed event and you are not told the main theme, I believe. I don't know if there's different ways of running it, but when I did it, you're told a main theme or two. Maybe there were three. There was one we knew. I can't remember. But there's different methodologies and formats that I've seen. But he would have me he had all of us. I think there was something like maybe 6 to 8, maybe 10 artists, and we'd be in a circle, in a public place. I remember doing one in the mall, and that was a lot of fun. And anyway, there'd be a theme, strength or diversity or whatever the theme might be, and then you just get to go and you create. So you just have to be ready, and he has pre-cut, panels or sizes of what you're going to paint on, and you just have to kind of go with the flow. It is super intense. If you feel like you want to, grow as an artist, taking on challenges like that are very, very key. I've wanted to, and we talked about, a couple more times about doing some more of that, and it has been really hard in the past just because of my travels and stuff, which isn't as much nowadays, but still been very, very busy. It's hard enough to sometimes find a spot in there to do some things. But anyway, Tony is really awesome. Valor Queen, how are you? Welcome to the channel. Valor Queen helps me moderate over on Twitch, and I'm very grateful for her help. She has helped me learn some things about Twitch, and I am eager and ready to learn more and more. I've been streaming more and more, as you can tell, and I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, folks. I am never giving up on things that I think are important, and trying to continue to grow my business, even amidst the success. I want to treat every moment like I need to grow more. It's kind of like what my coach would say in soccer, down by one. And maybe that's just like hearsay, like that's kind of grown old, but I have always treated every moment like that, even when you're ahead. Sometimes we mercied a lot of teams, as a matter of fact, but that's not a that's not because of me. Okay, we had a really cool team, but anyway, really cool team of people and players, I should say. And anyway, he would always say, "Play like you're down by one." I don't think it's nice to destroy teams per se. It's fun sometimes, but it can be when you're a kid and you're like, "Yeah, we're amazing." But anyway, you want to learn true life lessons on how to handle things with grace and be careful about that too. But I knew what he was saying, and what his ultimate goal was for us as we were moving on was not to let your guard down and, put the clutch in and or off or whatever would be the right way of saying that, and letting it coast, right? Um, that's really key. I know sometimes it's hard to not take a break. I'm not saying don't ever take a break, but we have this tendency to like coast it out, and um, I don't know. I feel like I learned a lot from that coach. He was awesome. Also in high school, play like you're down by one. That's when I was in club too. I loved playing soccer so much. Tony Snipes. I know, Valor. We need to get everyone over on Twitch too. Yeah. There's a little plug there. I usually try to get. I don't want to overplug, if you will, and get people frustrated. Like, don't you care about where we are now? No, no, no. If you're comfortable on Facebook, you will see these live. But if you do enjoy what you're seeing here, don't forget that I do a more consistent, like all my sketchbook stuff. And when I say sketchbook, I mean like legitimately those private times when I'm like just really experimenting or drawing, painting, trying new mediums, mixtures of mediums, all that kind of stuff. That goes on Twitch. Not everything I do, but I'll usually go on once or twice that way. And within a day or about that. And, that's where I'll experiment, do some other things, try to figure out new ways of accomplishing something, and it's worked. It's helped me with so many things. But anyway, there's content that comes out of there. I usually do about a giveaway a month. I'm pretty far behind on that concept because I've been running all these specials of Disney and other things currently, so I haven't really been doing major giveaways, but I'm going to do another one here soon, I'm sure. Just letting you know, come join us over there if you'd like. Let's see. I want to brighten up a few areas. Hitting some spots with some highlights now. And I don't worry too much about the line work yet. I can always come back and hit lines again. Um, I want to make sure my color and my shapes look right, because then if they don't, what's the point, honestly? So, all right. Stephanie, is it Rawson? Lawson, I'm sorry. Is it Larson or Lawson? I'm sorry, Larson, probably. Um, I promise to you that on my preview screen after this session, I'm going to make my preview larger so that I'm not squinting. It's like pixelated, and like for me, for you, it's probably like that big. The names that pop up, and I never think of it because I keep forgetting when I go on. So anyway, let's go like this. And let's bring in a little bit more light right here. And just a touch right there. This is fun. Bringing characters to life like this is pretty cool. Ah, 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 sing to me. All right, let's see. A little bit more over there. Probably have to put the shells on there before we get too much further. She's going to look. She's not going to be kid friendly here if I'm not careful. All right. I didn't really realize that my source file doesn't look like that. But I've actually moved her up a little bit higher, so let's just do something like, I need a purple. Purple. Right, Valor? I need a purple. Here we go. Uh-oh. I think Dakota here's Beckham. Yes, I know. Alright, there's got to be a good purple in here. Cobalt blue mixed with the red will look great. Go say hi. Home from school. Alright, I'm going to do this final little bit here. And then probably take a little break on it. Oh man, the colors are so vibrant. They are just popping great. I'll do that. There we go. Now I need a rhythm, like somewhere else where that color kind of comes into play. Yeah, he's still hobbling a little bit, isn't he? We put some coconut oil to help it. I think he's. I know. Yes, I know. Yeah. Go play outside. All right. It looks a little greeny because a lot of the skin tones right now have picked up the color from underneath. So I'm going to get rid of that, and then I think we'll be in a really good spot. That's kind of my next goal, so to speak. So I'm going to get a little blue, mix it in with my pinks there, and that's going to give us more of a fleshy purple, honestly. Then add in some white and some yellow, and then it's going to give us the right color. I would have never have known, well, color theory. I've learned very little from even online and mostly by experience. That has just been my story. It's going to look dark, and then we're going to hit it with bright. So everybody, just keep your minds open for what you're about to see here. There we go. Yeah, it's all right. A little bit of color here and there, and all throughout here. I'm just gonna cover that green, that greenish hue. Really try to scrub it out a little bit more. There we go. Now I'm gonna have to let this layer dry. I don't even think a blow dryer is gonna quite do it because I had to go pretty thick. I mean, I'll still use it, but it's gonna take a little while. Oh my gosh. Wow. I know. All this attention. Thanks for the like. Sorry. I am just getting this final bit on. There we go. Well, you can definitely see where this is headed. I'm going to take this moment to break from it again. I've got to let these really thick areas dry, and then I'm going to do the final line work and bring it all together. I think we've got another winner, folks. We've got another winner. For those of you who may have jumped on and are just interested in the painting, whether it's this one in particular or any others that you've seen since I've been doing this Disney theme this month, check out joeeverson.com/Disney. I'm going to end with a little intermission for you guys. And if you've seen it, I totally get it that you've seen it and you're going to jump off. That's fine. But if you haven't and you're wondering what it is I'm doing, I want to leave you with a little something. So I'm going to show you that video here in a second. Thank you so much for watching. I'm doing these on a regular. I've been trying to average about one every other day for the Disney, and I am close. I know, and I'm close to keeping up with that. I want to be as close as I can to finishing on time. So, oops, that's the wrong thing there. Well, I will leave you with. Man, you're noisy. You are noisy, buddy. I'll leave you with something here. Give me a couple seconds. It's going to be the wrong... Hey, quiet. It's going to be the wrong media source, but watch that for a couple seconds. I got
to change it. The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor. Such wonderful things surround you. What more is you looking for? Under the sea, under the sea. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Up on the shore they work all day. Out in the sun they slave away. While we devoting full time to floating under the sea.
Okay, here we go.
You asked for it.
Done.
And you're getting it. January is going to be all about Disney. That's right, it's going to be about paintings of Disney, your favorite characters. There will be 20 acrylic on canvas, 24 by 24 in size original paintings by the end of this month, all in the Disney characters. Now, I know some of you are already itching to actually collect some of these. You're going to want to go to joeeverson.com/Disney. These are going to go live at 10 a.m. on January 30th. You've got to make sure you're there on time. It's first come, First serve. I'm not gonna sell them for $12.50 like I usually do. Only one day at a special price of $500. After that, it goes back to retail. Make sure you collect them. A lot of them, as you see here, can be collected together as sets. Don't forget to follow along on social media. You can actually check out the videos even after I've done them live. I'll have a lot of them posted on Facebook and Twitch and Instagram and YouTube. Don't forget, they'll also be on joeeverson.com/Disney, so you can check out all the originals in case you missed one. I think we're gonna have a ton of fun together, and it's gonna be awesome getting to create these. So don't forget, January 30th, 10 a.m., make sure you're there. I've said this a million times, folks. How many more times do I need to say this? January 30th, 10 a.m., be first in line, or you won't get it. They'll be gone. They'll be gone one day. That's it. Bye-bye. Woo, see ya. What's that one from? Oh, it's from Disney. joeeverson.com/Disney.
Be quiet. All right, see you guys. Thank you so much. Love you all. I'll see you next time. And you know what? Just have an awesome